The Bharatiya Janata Party finds that there is a great deal of sudden spurt of energy from the Congress party. We saw that the General Secretary Shri Digvijay Singh yesterday came out with his comments, wondering if the Supreme Court's comments are strengthening or belittling institutions. As soon as the additional charge of the Law Ministry has been given to Shri Kapil Sibal, he has come out also to say where his first priorities will be. The Congress party is completely shaken by the various scandals, by the way in which the courts have pulled them up, and also the media's exposes have completely shaken up the Congress. Instead of pausing and thinking for themselves, they seem to be doing what is best known to them. They have come out to show that they are so frustrated that the Law Minister of the land speaks out that his first agenda is going to be doing sting operations. He is going to come out with an expose on the Chief Minister of Gujarat. We know where the energies of the Congress will be now going. It is not new, but it is astonishing and completely condemnable that the Law Minister of the country comes out to say, we are doing an expose tomorrow. I am not letting you know the contents, but it is certainly going to be something on the Chief Minister of Gujarat. We'd like to give you one little expose on how careful and how conscious these ministers are of their responsibilities. I start showing you a picture of Shri Kapil Sibal when he went to Mozambique in July 2011 to sign a MOU as a Minister of Education from India with the minister in Mozambique, where right under his nose the Indian national flag was kept upside down. We'll certainly distribute a copy of this and tell you how concerned these ministers in the Congress are in lecturing down others, whether they know anything on foreign policy, whether they know the responsibility in which they are holding as a position, whether as Chief Minister or anything else, whether the Supreme Court judges know how to respect institutions. They give us lectures. Here is Mr. Kapil Sibal seated in front of the Indian national flag, which is kept upside down, even as he is happily signing an MOU next to the minister concerned of Mozambique, dated 13 July 2011. Can we ask of Mr. Kapil Sibal, does he care for India? Does he care for the honor of India? Does he care to even look at the national flag before he does anything overseas? And does he therefore care for the dignity of the post that he is holding, much before he speaks on what exactly is he going to be doing as the Law Minister of this country? Is he out there being a part of some sting operation, or is he out there to keep the law of the land intact? Is he out there to help this country to have a greater access to justice, to help the poor of this country to seek justice, or is he sitting there with an agenda to suppress his political opponents? We are sorry here to say that the Law Minister better be focusing on his job as the minister who has to take care of the law for the country, rather than issue statements which earlier we have seen he and his own cabinet colleagues have done. During Anna Hazare movement, we saw them as to how frustrated they were. Subsequently, they engaged with Ramdev Baba, rolling out a red carpet as it were, and finally taking him to the Tihar jail. Anna Hazare to Tihar jail, and Ramdev Baba and his whole group, some of them even unfortunately had to pay with their lives. Congress party's Bharat Nirman is taking these directions, and therefore, even if it is the General Secretary Shri Digvijay Singh, I think we'll have to understand no institution in this country, particularly the Supreme Court, requires the advice from the Congress party. The Supreme Court's observations are in the course of hearing the cases, and we take it, all of us know how to take it. So to now come and tell us that SIT is constitutionally unacceptable for us to hear from the Congress party is absolutely odd. SIT was seen by the Congress party as a very, very powerful, important and a neutral tool where a lot of trust could be invested when it came to Gujarat and 2002 riots. The Congress party wanted the SIT along with the activists who were working, rightly so, for the victims. You had the SIT appointed. It was first with the Gujarat police officials. Later, because some sections found it unacceptable, they had an SIT appointed with the Supreme Court monitoring, with officers from outside Gujarat. Then there was an amicus curiae. All this was fine. Now suddenly when it comes to CBI investigating their own Colgate, and at that time when there is a monitoring which is required and which probably would be knowing the developments that the government has interfered with the status report, if there is an SIT being demanded by various sections of the society, suddenly a debate on the constitutional acceptability arises. Where is this coming from? Why is this now coming up? The Congress party, as I said at the very beginning, is completely shaken up. They do not know what to do next. They've been caught red-handed, not just in corruption, but also in tampering or tinkering a status report which has been filed to the Supreme Court. And therefore, the Bharatiya Janata Party takes this moment to tell you all that the Congress party please focus on their own business and not demean the country like this, demean institutions by giving them advices, and not again come up with sting operation possibilities where you're seated as a minister, whereas what we knew earlier was a foreign minister who read the speech of a Portuguese foreign minister, a foreign minister till recently who was the law minister who goes to China and says he would love to live there, and a foreign minister or education minister who signs with the Indian flag kept upside down. These are the ways in which Bharat Nirman is happening, and we take very serious objection to this kind of observations, comments made by the Congress party and its leadership. So we condemn this, and in this context let me say that today of course you will get it through your emails, and also it will be posted in the website. The leader of the opposition in the Rajya Sabha has also written a piece which will tell you about the points that we are talking on, related particularly to the appointment of SIT and also the question of its constitutional acceptability. Thank you.